Good morning, everyone. My name is Michael Dimock, and I am the president of Roots of Change, one of your two co-hosts for this event for the next 2 days. And it's really a great pleasure to have you here. So, what do we hope that will emerge here together? As you know, ROC's been trying to work on this idea of creating a sustainable food system by the year 2030 here in California. And I want to just talk a little bit about what we see and what we hope, what we feel that vision would include. First of all, that people of all income levels have access to healthy food. That is essential to us. Second, that agriculture and processing systems do not degrade the health of the ecosystem, livestock, and humans who produce or eat the food. Third, that more wealth is actually produced from the system. And that wealth is shared in a way that ensures that all those who work in the system, whether they're farm workers or financiers, feel fairly compensated and respected, and therefore dedicated to continuous investment and participation in the system. Because right now we have a lot of leakage. People are leaving the system. Also, and this is very important to us, that there is a diversity of operational scales and ownerships, that those are maintained within the system to give it resilience, so that it can withstand economic shocks and changes. Despite the recent growing public and interest in what we're all doing, we feel still that food and agriculture are dangerously undervalued and underappreciated. And that is why we love what Michelle Obama is doing, what Maria Shriver is doing with their gardens, the education that that's creating, the way it's raising the issues that are important to the future, to our health, and to food production. And we're greatly encouraged and energized by the food and agricultural priorities of the President, of Secretaries Vilsack and Kawamura, and the Mayor of San Francisco, Gavin Newsom. We agree with these leaders who clearly understand that to make food systems relevant to the population, it must be linked to health. Health for people, particularly children, communities, and the environment. You will find here in the summit our Declaration for Healthy Food and Agriculture. This document lays out 12 principles that, if followed, would create a food system that is biologically integrated, socially just, and financially viable. And ROC uses the concepts of values and principles often in our work because we believe that people create things based on their mental models of how the world works. Values and principles describe our behavior-shaping beliefs, and thus they merit thorough discussion and exploration and evolution. And so based on our values and principles, ROC has committed over $6 million, and more is on the way, to be used for contracts, fellowships, and grants for those who are doing work, coming to meetings like this, doing work in the field that's changing things. And these investments are meant to ignite new thinking about food, farming, and fisheries in a single generation, and to scale up models of sustainability that exist out in the system around processing and production and distribution. And we believe that that the evidence suggests that our approach is working. In the last 10 months, 7,000 Californians have shown their commitment to work with ROC by joining our network and participating as volunteers. In addition, recently, the Packard Foundation has joined Kellogg, Heller, and Columbia as core funder of what we're doing. And with this summit, the government has now become a financial partner, and we're working on several more collaborative efforts with federal and state agencies. And our network and projects span the entire state. We're working with Secretary Kawamura on the Ag Vision in Sacramento, and with grassroots organizers all over the state. In San Diego, for instance, the people who run the City Heights Farmers Market, about what you're going to learn this morning, are a part of the network. We're working closely, you've heard a little bit about with Gavin Newsom, and 50 regional leaders from agriculture and business, 25 from the city, 25 from the countryside around, on a groundbreaking project to seed formation of a regional food shed. Mayor Newsom will mention the San Francisco Urban Rural Roundtable, as the project is called, in his remarks later this morning. So it is logical that we were thrilled to work with USDA on this meeting about food sheds and enhanced access to nutritious, healthy food. This meeting really embodies our hope for the development of regional food sheds in California as a central component in the effort to produce good food for all people, rich or poor. We think the concept of food shed is timely and appropriate. We offer in the program a draft definition for a food shed, and we did that for a purpose. But we also realized it's fundamental to the formation of food sheds that there be a change in how culture thinks about progress. Unfortunately, the concept of best and highest use, which is a term in the real estate trade, does not yet include agriculture. We had a conversation about it yesterday in the California Roundtable. Farming and ranching are seen as temporary economic stages that will end when the land is developed for other commercial activity. Rock believes that that mental model that frames agriculture as impermanent is no longer appropriate or sustainable. Rather, as they do for watersheds, communities must begin to plan for permanent food production, regions of food production, and infrastructure that will ensure fresh, healthy, and diverse food supplies for as long as humans hope to inhabit the earth.